Today I'm going to show you a great portfolio of EAs that I recently spent many hours creating, and it can be used on an account of as low as $200 with a pretty reasonable drawdown. This is a great portfolio for beginners who want to test out trading with a small account, and it can also be trading on a bigger account, of course. And I'm going to provide the strategies for you to trade at the end of this video, so stay tuned for that. So I'm here on EA Studio, which is where I've actually developed these, and I'm going to upload the collection of EAs. We can turn that off just now. And now what we've got here, as you can see, we've got a collection of 8 EAs that I've put through some pretty rigorous testing, and we're looking at it over a 7-year period here. If we look at this first EA, let's see what we're looking at. We're looking at win-loss ratio, quick position. So this one particularly tends to be in and out in about 4 hours. We're trading on the hourly USD JPY, and it's profitable on most months. And we can see we've got quite a small drawdown, and over 7 years we've got $64 of profit, and we're trading the smallest lot size here, and we've got 11 drawdown. And so let's take a look. Basically what we've got is we've got 3 entries, 1 exit. EA Studio has generated these for me, so we've got stop loss and take profit of this. We've got some entry and exit rules, and I've performed, as I've spoken about in many other videos, I've performed some pretty rigorous testing, such as the Monte Carlo and the multi-market, and some tests on other data sources. So each of these has been through the rigors, and we've now got 8 of them. So using EA Studio, now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to combine these. So all of these strategies have a low drawdown, and they don't stay in trades for a long time, and they're generally profitable most months. So let's combine them into a single portfolio, and we'll see the statistics. Let's take a look, and so you can see here in EA Studio we have this plus portfolio. We'll just add them all, and now what we're able to do is we're able to see the combined result of all of those. So we can see now we actually have statistics for everything, and we can see that we've now got net profit over the 7-year period of 1,200, and we've got a maximum drawdown of 77. So on a $200 live account, if we're trading the minimum lot size, which is the size that's in this back tester, 0.01 lots, we're going to expect maybe a 38% drawdown on that account, which is reasonable for a very small live account. And we can see also here that most months we can expect to actually be a profitable month. 65% of months are profitable, and we've got an excellent return over drawdown. And basically, if we divide this by the 7 years, we're roughly looking at a profit of $160 a year on a $200 account, which is about 80%, right? So an 80% return with a 38% drawdown is a very reasonable expectation of this system, and that would be great. We can expect to make 80% profit annually with a reasonable maximum drawdown and be profitable most months. What now? Well, I'm going to trade this on a $200 live account, and there'll be a link in the description so that you can track the results. For this account, I've chosen IC Markets, and here is why. If we go to their website, we can have a look down here. They've got all sorts of trading platforms. Obviously, I'm trading the MetaTraders. They've got a range of markets here, and most importantly, they've got incredibly tight spreads, and they've got fast execution, and they've got the liquidity needed and low slippage. And this is everything I need for algo trading, so I'm going to be opening an account just by going there. Obviously, we've also got this excellent Trustpilot rating, so yeah, check them out if you're interested in opening an account. Also, with EA Studio, how do we now go from this point to trading? Well, it's as simple as exporting as either a MetaTrader 4 or MetaTrader 5 robot, and we can just click that and save the file, and that we can put that on the chart as we would any individual strategy, and it's going to trade all of these on the one chart. So that's an excellent feature of EA Studio. Now, I should quickly mention that the export to portfolio expert, that's actually the one feature that is only available once you've purchased the license. So I would use this portfolio tab to set the risk, so you know what your drawdown is going to be. For that case, you can just download all the experts individually, or you can download them as a zip file for MetaTrader 4 or MetaTrader 5. I'd recommend MetaTrader 5 in this instance, and trade them and backtest them separately. Now I'll show you this going up on the MetaTrader now, so I'll actually load this on. So I've got a $200 live IC account here, and I've downloaded that portfolio EA. So we've got the portfolio expert advisor here. USD JPY H1. We'll back test it for a few years, and execution, I recommend 500 milliseconds every tick model, and let's make it a $200 account. And now if we just hit start, that's going to back test that reasonably quickly because I've only done a few years data, and we'll see what we get. Okay, so we can see also again, we've got 3 years of good looking back test data there, and we've got a maximum equity drawdown of $87, and over those 3 years we've actually made nearly $500 of profit, and that's trading the smallest lot size, 0.01. So that's what we're going to do now. And so let's set this trading. So like I said, if you need to do this 8 times because you're using the free trial and you download each individual expert, you can backtest them all individually. So now we'll close this tester and we'll just load the portfolio EA onto the chart, and essentially that's as simple as just setting the USD JPY H1 chart there. I'm going to drag it over, and the inputs are all as it should be. The entry lot is exactly what I want it to be, and that's all fine. So I'm just going to hit OK. And that is now trading. And again, if you're using the individual expert advisors, you just need to do this 8 times. And you can see I've set the publisher to copy the history up to there. So once that starts placing some trades, we'll be able to track that history with FX Blue using the link in the description. Additionally, for anyone interested in learning how to develop strategies and portfolios for themselves, then you should consider checking out the 15-day no limits free trial and the free 21-day course for EA Studio. If I just go to the Academy here, we can see that you can click this test it for free, and there's a 15-day free trial. Once the 15-day free trial is expired, you're actually still able to keep using EA Studio. You just won't be able to export strategies, but it can still be a useful learning tool in that time. And also there's a 21-day algo program, which is an excellent starter for anyone interested. I'll put links to both of these in the description, and to see me withdraw from my 100k funded FTMO account, then check out this video. Trade safe, and bye for now.